Hi folks, welcome back to my top board games of all time, well for 2021 at least, as I'm going through and ranking all of my board games in my collection. Let's keep going here. We are at number 230. This game has been in my collection for 3 years. It started at 162, then dropped to 219. It goes down 11 more spots. I'll explain why in a minute, but it's Valdora. Valdora is a very simple game. You only have a few actions, moving across the board, gathering gems, gathering equipment, going, buying quests, completing those quests, and then getting these little, markers, I guess. That's all I can say. And the game board looks really neat. It's a very easy game. To be honest, this is a family game. But the reason it keeps going down my list is analysis paralysis. I don't know why my gaming group, on some of the most simplest games, like Valdora, this is over 2 hours to play every time. And it shouldn't be. It should be a 1 hour game, tops with 4 players. And because there's only, 4 decisions to make, or 4 choices, 4 actions to take, people will sit there, and they'll sit there, and they'll sit there. I'm like, what are you doing? Are you replaying the entire series of The Simpsons in your head before thinking about a move? Because that's what it feels like. I don't know why, but a lot of times my gaming group does not suffer from analysis paralysis that much, or my old one didn't. I'm basically a new one now, but my old one, man, they suffer on some of the simplest games. The games that had the easiest choices, like 3 choices that were every time you had 3 choices to make. They would just go into, AP. And I was like, what is going on? Why is this not that hard of a game? I love Valdora. I like Valdora Extra. We did start playing with those bonus tokens from Extra. And that was a lot of fun because we never really bother with them because why? It gets in the way of you completing quests. You've got to complete quests. The goal is to complete as many quests as fast as you can. And that's what you're trying to do. And I started completing some quests to get some bonus tokens. And then I did find out I got pretty powerful, and I was way behind but caught way up, because when you have so many bonus tokens you can slingshot into the lead. And we went through, it was the first time ever that we went through the entire stack of bonuses, because if you have all the little promos and expansions, which I do, I think there's like 20 little bonus tokens, and it was cool. It was a fun game. I had a fun game. I just do not understand why a simple game like Valdora can really just brain freeze my entire gaming group. But I do love the game, but that's why it keeps going down, because analysis paralysis, unexplained, AP from my gaming group. Number 229, been in my collection for 4 years, it looks like. Start off at number 118, then the missus said, I don't want to play this again. And that's when it dropped to 186 to 238. And it is A Dog's Life. It goes up 9 spots this year. I'm having fun with it. If you are a dog lover, or if you know people who love dogs, this is the perfect game, folks, to get them. This is a gateway game. This is the old edition I have. I think you can get it for pretty cheap. At least last time I checked you could. And like I said, any dog owner who doesn't like board games is going to want to play this game. The short and skinny of it is, you're a dog and you're trying to go out into town and find 3 bones to take back 1 at a time and bury, or 2 at a time, and bury them in your backyard. Now, how can you get those bones? Well, by fighting other dogs for their bones, ooh, mean, or digging through trash cans, or begging at restaurants, or taking up a paper run. There's a million ways to get these, and it's so much fun. Each dog is kind of different in a way. They have different abilities. There's a dog catcher token, and the dog catcher token, it's kind of hard because you're trying to run away from the dog catcher token, but sometimes we lose where the token is because the board's very colorful, as is the token, so you can kind of lose where it's at on the street. If anyone can tell me or guide me into an eBay auction where there is a Hot Wheels dog catcher. Hot Wheels surely made a dog catcher car, right? At one point in their life, and that would be perfect on the board, and it'd be 3D so I could see it. I want a big dog, not big, but I want a dog catcher car to move around, not that token. The figurines are really nice. They all look like real dogs and everything, and it's a fun game. My nephews, we play this game, and we have a lot of fun. One of my nephews, I think this happened 2 years ago, and I explained it. You can pee in the game. And peeing, why would you want to pee? Because that stops other dogs in their tracks. So they basically lose a turn. They have to cross over your pee. And my nephew's grand scheme was to use all of his, it's called piddle, use all of his piddle tokens. He just basically wanted to piss over he wanted his piss all over town, and he did it. And in his mind, he was a winner. He did not win at all, but he was so happy. But it's just such a simple, fun, quaint little game. And like I said, great gateway game for any dog lovers. If you're trying to get, your friends, family, neighbors, whoever get into games and they have a dog, get Dog's Life. They will absolutely love that game. All right, my number 228 has been in my collection for 3 years. It started off at 185, then went up to 182, but free-falled 46 spots here, and it is Bejeweled. And it's somewhere here on my list. I know why it did. Yeah, Bejeweled Blitz, I think is what it's called, or just Bejeweled. Looks like. I used to play the app game a long time ago, and then I thought, hey, did they make a board game about this? Yes, they did. They made several. I got one with the 3D, the little hard rock gems, where you're switching two out and trying to make rows and connections. And whatever color that is, you get that color token. And once you get, I think it's 3 tokens of 4 different colors, or maybe 4 tokens of 3 different colors, you win the game. And that's a lot of fun, because especially if you're playing 4 players, because they're looking at it from different angles, northwest, east, south. So you think, okay, I'm going to make this move, and their way, no one can get a match on this if I do it this way. Doesn't matter how long you sneak and plan, because you're only looking at it from one angle. Another player's looking at it from another angle and goes, wow, you just set me up big time. The game is really fun. I don't know if it's for any serious gamers, but people who like another gateway game for people who love Bejeweled. I think this is a really fun one. And I do know why it free-falled 46 spots. It used to get played a whole lot. This year, I put it on a shelf with my vintage board games. I'm looking at it right now. And because I did that, I guess, my vintage board games I save for special occasions with my little nephews, really, or my wife. I don't really bring many of the vintage out for my big board game group. And because Bejeweled was on that shelf, I just kept missing it. So we didn't play this but once this year. So that's kind of why it kind of free-falled from its spot in my top 200. But it's still a fun game. Number 227 has been in my collection for 2 years now. It's a sophomore season, and of course it goes down like a lot of games do. You get Cult of the New on it, even though I try to rate these games as low as I can when I first play them, because I don't want to be too excited about it. It was ranked 191. It does drop 36 spots, but that's because, like I said, it's the second year in my collection, so the newness is worn off. But Macroscope, I love this game. You're basically taking away little tokens and trying to guess the picture underneath. And if you can guess it the soonest, you can get more points than if you guess it later and get little points. If you get it wrong, you're going to lose a lot of points. There's a little bit more to it than that, but this game is so much fun. I got this on clearance for like $3. I still see it for anything $10 and below is a steal for this game. This game has a big stack of double-sided, I think it's double-sided pictures, and even if you played it for, if this was one of the few games you had, it would not get old. I mean, they make sure they have plenty there. And to be honest, since I don't bring it out that much at all, I won't even remember the ones we played before. I do love this game. I did have a bad experience, though, playing this game. My nephew had a bad attitude, and he would just always guess it when it was his turn, because he was just losing, so he just kept guessing, and he kept getting 0 points, negative points. And just had a really bad attitude about it, so it left a bad taste in my mouth, and so I probably dropped the game because of that. But I still like the game. Macroscope. Number 226 has been in my collection for 4 years. Start off at number 114, then it dropped ever since. It went to 183, 234. It did go up 8 spots this year, and that is Surf's Up, dude. Surf's Up, dude. Man, if you want unique themes, unique fun themes, you got to get this one. Surfing Meeples, that's right, Surfing Meeples, who are riding these waves that are basically tiles that you're pushing down the board toward the beach. And your Meeple is trying to not only catch that wave, but stay on that wave, jockeying for that prime position inside the wave. Because when you ride it in, whether it's a baby wave, a medium wave, or a giant monster wave, you're going to get a gold, silver, or bronze trophy, which count for different types of points. And if you get the prime position, you're going to get a Beach Bay card, which is actually more points in the game. The game also has things where you're you roll this die randomly, and sometimes a shark will appear, and then all the players have to kind of team up together unite together to beat the shark. But if they don't do it, they all wipe out, and no one scores points. And also, at the same time you're catching waves, you're trying to get your other meeples to paddle out there deep enough to where they can catch a wave. It's just a fun, simple game. The only problem I have with it, and I've had with it before, is there's not enough cards in the deck for 4 players. You're always reshuffling every round. So whatever cards were played, those are the cards you're reshuffling back out to the players. And I kind of hate that. I know they would never do. We're way past getting an expansion for this. But if I was doing an expansion, it'd be just an extra deck of cards. I wish I could get just an extra deck of cards so I wouldn't have to shuffle the deck every dadgum round. But and to be honest, if I didn't have to do that, this game would probably move up a little bit more, because I do love this game. I think it's a lot of fun. Surf's up, dude. Number 225 has been in my collection for 3 years as well. Start off at number 151, drop to 218, goes down another 7 spots, which isn't that bad. Anything under 10 is probably fine. And it is another unique theme game called Cover Me. Cover Me, you're in the fashion world, and you're trying to get the girl with the right length of hair, the right hair color, and depending on the season, the right pattern or the right color dress. And it's such a neat game because everyone's playing cards simultaneously, and whatever hair color, hair length, medium, small, and long, and then either pattern or color of the dress or the card, those markers will move up on the board. And they have a runway. It's kind of overproduced. They have this little like runway tracker that will show you who's the most popular in pattern and color as they're walking down this runway getting points. The other ones are tracked on other two. The hair length and color is tracked on another board. But at the end of 3 rounds, if you have a girl that matches the exact color, length, and either design or color dress, then you get the most points. You get the maximum points, and you tuck that card underneath your magazine cover card for maximum points. Now, there is something where you can have, and this is where the game gets interesting. If you have 3 cards and they didn't score number 1 on any of them, then it's almost like shooting the moon in hearts. All 3 of them score. All 3 of them. Now you have to, if one doesn't meet him, then that person doesn't score that person. All 3 must not meet any one of those goals. If they do, if you somehow pull that off, then, and you can only do that with a lot of players, but I've never seen it done yet. I have attempted it, so have others, but I love it because the fashion world is so, it can be hot what's hot 1 second can be cold the next. So you see long hairs in. Well, 3 people decide, I'm gonna try to, shoot the moon here. They all play short hair brunettes. What's long-haired blondes that are winning in red dresses. They all played 2 blues and a green. Well, now blue is winning, and long hair's in, and now blonde hair's in instead of red hair. You're like, oh no! So the fashion and design's always changing, and it's so funny to watch that happen. The only problem I have about this game is it goes a little too long in the tooth. You have 4 rounds in each season. That's 16 rounds. That's way too long. I think the next time I play this, I'm going to shorten that to just 3 rounds in each season. That way, you only have 12 rounds, and that may solve the problem because it does get a little bit repetitive toward the end. But you're shuffling in new cards too. You're shuffling green dresses, and then black dresses, and then white dresses. And if you win with any of those colors, you get extra points because, of course, those are more rare to find in the decks, and they're only around for X amount of turns in the game. Cover Me is really fun. It does move down 7 spots. I will be honest, one person in my gaming group said he will never play this with me again. He absolutely hated the game. He just thought it went too long and was too repetitive, which I kind of agree. So like I said, instead of 4 rounds a season, I'm going to shorten it to 3 rounds a season. We're going to see how it works. But I do enjoy Cover Me. What a unique theme. My number 224 is a new game on my list. The lowest ranked new game on my list. And I'll explain why. Well, you can look here by the cover. The Golden Ticket game. What an awful cover, right? I said this in my review. You don't know it's a Willy Wonka game, and when you're going by it at Target, it's shiny, and the light kind of blinds you. You really can't see what it is, so you're just passing up. But if you turn around and look on the back of it, you're like, whoa, this game looks amazing, and it is. You're one of the 5 kids from the original Willy Wonka movie. You're running around these tiles. that are double-sided, so you can play in a basic and an advanced game, and you're moving around trying to exchange money for candy bars, or just to get an opportunity to buy more candy bars. You're trying to buy Wonka bars, baby. And you're cashing in different types of candy, different combinations to get certain bonuses, take advantage of bonuses on tiles. It's so much fun to play. Everyone hates the in-game rule here that, if the only there's always one less golden ticket than there are kids in the game, and if you're the only person who didn't get a golden ticket, you lose and everyone else wins. And I was like, no, I want one winner. Okay, well, we always play as who has the most golden tickets. I did see someone else put up a rule that said, hey, once you find a golden ticket, you're out. So it's elimination by winning? I don't know. I mean, I guess I can see where that'd be fun. It'd definitely speed up the game, I think. So less turns as more and more people find chocolate, because you can't dig through the chocolate bars until the game's over, until all the chocolate bars are over. And then you're going through, just like the movie, you're going through each one of the candy bars trying to find that golden ticket, baby. It's well produced. It's a beautiful looking game. This is also a great gateway game for people who don't play board games. If they love Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, they will love this game. It is such an eye-catching game. It's beautifully produced. Just, goodness gracious, that cover is horrendous. But fun game, golden ticket, my number 224. Number 223 is in its sophomore season on my list, and it's moved up 7 spots. It is the Yahtzee-inspired game, Winner Winner Chicken Dinner. Folks, it is Yahtzee, and it's just basically rolling dice and trying to get as many matches as you can. You're trying to get chickens, and then you're trying to cook those chickens for more points, plus cooked chicken chips cannot be stolen. Regular chickens tokens can be stolen by other players because there's options to steal the chickens from people. The bogus facing that you can't re-roll is the dog. The dog is a little dog meeple, and he's basically the in-game timer. When the dog reaches the hen house, the jig is up and all the foxes have to count out what chickens they made out with. The artwork's beautiful. Everyone starts with a different player ability, which is so much fun. They have a rubber chicken that squeaks, a real rubber chicken that comes with the game. No reason whatsoever. They just decide to give you a rubber chicken. It's got a mat, a nice printed mat for the board, and it's just so much fun. My gaming group loves this game. When we brought it out, I remember I brought it out, and they absolutely had a blast with it. And then early this year, we brought it again, because I brought it at a Christmas party last year. And then I remember early that year, some people came here and say, what was that chicken game? I was like, you want to play chicken dinner again? Winner chicken dinner? Sure, let's do it. I enjoy this game. You don't have to be, you don't have to have kids to enjoy this game too. I think this is a game that anyone would love. Winner chicken dinner. My number 222 has been in my collection for 5 years. It started off at number 65 on my list, and I haven't played it since. So that's why it went down to 116, then 180, then 229 last year. This year it went up 7 spots. I don't know why. I guess maybe because I want to play it now. It's Mice and Mystics. I played the dungeon crawl when I got it. I thought it was amazing. I can't wait till my girls get older, a little bit older, and we're going to play through this. It's got a great story. I think Plaid Hat reprinted everything on this game, so I think it's easy to find now. But getting the expansions, you got to get the expansions. They're a lot of fun. Even the spin-off Tail Feathers, I really enjoy. It's like a miniatures game meets board game, and it takes place within that world, but I would even play that with my girls. I love Mice and Mystics, and seriously, out of all the dungeon crawls, it's up there on games I'd love to replay. And I mean, I would play this with my gaming group too, because the mouse figurines are so beautiful. All the figurines are so beautiful in this game. And I did get, what was it, last year? I did get the last 2 dadgum, hard to find promo cards finally for this game. So I now have a complete set. I got to play it again, right? Because now I got the button shield or the needle sword or whatever crap I got. Anyway, I love Mice and Mystics. My number 221 has been in my collection for 4 years. Start off in my top 100 just barely at 98, and then dropped to 169 and 220. It only drops 1 space this year, so that's not bad. It's 3 Musketeers and the Queen's Pendant. The figurines look great. One person plays as the Cardinals and the Cardinals men. The other players play as the Musketeers. And the Musketeers each have a Queen's Pendant token. 3 of them are fake, 1 of them is real. And every time a musketeer meets another musketeer, they can switch these pendants. And the cardinal can't see who has the fake ones, who has the real ones. He's trying to knock out one of the musketeers. When he finally knocks out one of the musketeers with one of his men, by the way, the cardinal's men are really weak, the musketeers are really strong, but eventually you will overpower and overcome a musketeer. And when that happens, you get to peek and see if they're the ones with the amulet. If they're not, you have to keep going chasing after other people. But if they are, Cardinals won the game. So it's almost like a shell game. You're trying to hide who has the amulet. So every time you're landing on it, good, smart players will be changing a fake for a fake, you know, or here's my real one back, or, you know, they just keep moving it. That's the name of the game, and then slowly moving across the board. Now, the game does have an in-game tracker because the queen, every round, is moving up a couple of spaces toward the king. If she makes it to the king, then the cardinal wins too, because the king knows. This is based off Andre Dumas's excellent Three Musketeers novel. I had just read it. I bought this game and went, oh my gosh, this is based exactly off the novel. I mean, so much so that the pendant described in the book is the pendant that they have in the game. This is based off one of the adventures in the Three Musketeers novel. I love that. A lot of care went into this. And it's so much fun. I can't play this with my nephews because they're a dead gift. They're terrible at this game. Whoever has the pendant makes a beeline for the queen. I automatically know that's the musketeer. So I corner him, beat him down until I win the game. It's very simple to win with my nephews. So I don't play with my nephews anymore. This past time, my gaming group, I usually play as the cardinal, but the gaming group fooled me. And they did it. They really did a great job passing and double passing and triple faking me out on who had the pendant. I had no idea. But Three Musketeers, the Queen's pendant. If you can find it for a good deal, definitely pick it up. All right, folks, that is it for now. I will see you next time with another 10 games from my collection. See you later.